Now, the rest of the story.
The cows definitely got it rough, don't they? So they're getting their daily dose of grain. Everybody's looking good. We need to go through and update the tags because they are getting aged and weathered. All the green tags here need to be updated to blue. And here is one of my most recent new calves that are coming in. I was kind of waiting for him. So I had another heifer yesterday, which means in the last 48 hours, which were 24 hours apart, the first calf I had was this little white 74. Just tagged him yesterday, and after him, see, he's young enough but old enough to know that he's not quite sure to make out of me, but he knows that he probably isn't a big fan of me. The heifer was actually up here in the lot yesterday. That's how we caught her. Which they're young enough before you tag them. If you get them within a day or two, generally it isn't too big of an issue to get them tagged. And when I'm graining them, all the cows like that, slap the gate shut on them with the calves out here, you can go through and get them tagged. So the green and orange tagged calves are my parents'. The white tagged calves are mine. They are my bulls, and like these two in particular, because they're late season calves, I'm not sure. And this lot in particular, yeah, see, we actually found him where these weeds are. There's actually a little bit of a ditch, and he was laid out flat in there trying to hide. And that's a pretty good guess, is that's probably where that heifer is. But I know Myrna likes to see the baby calves. It's just that Travis doesn't like seeing the baby calves in September, because might as well say we're halfway through September, and especially having bull calves like this, the thing that, if you want to put a positive spin on it, the plus side is he's not like the only bull calf I have right now. Like 2 years ago, that is my cure for that, where I had one late season in October. Granted, a lot of it goes back to my poor management, I guess, but had a late bull calf in October when the rest of them were born, you know, in late spring, somewhere in there. And I ended up putting him in the freezer. If he was my only bull calf, that's probably what would end up happening to him, because by about the time he's ready to be butchered, or would be ready to be butchered, my freezers would be empty. So he's doing good. Oh, where'd the other one go? Oh, the red guy up there, that is a bull. I'm keeping him. I'm actually going to keep him for a breeding bull, because he's actually has no relation to 99% of the cows that are in here. Just his mom. And if you guys remember, I was actually thinking about getting rid of his mom. So that makes that an option. It's not something you want to do very often, because, you know, I want to bring in new genetics and not just the same herd genetics. It's just that it's an easy way out that I'm taking right now. But then we will be putting the bulls in with them June 1st to August 1st. You see he's got that little red tint to him. He's out of a red cow. So the bulls will be in with them for 2 months next year, if not just a little bit longer, before we load them up and we take them down with my parents' cows. Because my cows are here all winter. They freshen here all winter, whether they're on concrete. I can keep an eye on them a lot easier, much easier. And when I'm having calves, when you're still fighting winter conditions potentially, you know, cold and crummy out, I don't have much for death loss. I mean, I had a stillborn one this spring. See, this goes right into it. They don't really know what to make of yet. They're Not sure if they should be afraid of you, but not entirely sure that they really want to trust you either. All of the green and orange tags are going to be hauled out to the steer lot when they're ready to be weaned off with everybody else. Come on, dude. Hey. Well, come here. Come here. Hey. Come on. That little heifer that we ended up having, they're all black-hided. I don't have any red. I've only had one red calf, unfortunately. But that little heifer, I'm keeping her. And a lot of it just goes into the overwhelming requirement here to get my cow numbers up. No, that's mom right there. Which is unfortunate that she's so late in the season that she wasn't bred back to Rocky, because she honestly is like the top 2 cows in this herd. Now, she's the mom of the heifer. His mom is that one right there that's starting this way. Seems how I left the gate open. I should probably head back over. Yeah. As far as not being true red Angus, no, they're not. I mean, I don't believe that they are. I mean, I bought these cows from a bred cow sale. A common comment that people bring up is, well, they got white on their bellies or white on their udders. Yeah. Here's the thing. If they were 100% red Angus, I'm perfectly fine with that. But as long as they're red hided and they're generally red cattle, they're not red with like white spots across them. A little white in their stomach doesn't bother me, or their udders, it doesn't. My general goal for my cow herd was I want red hided, red colored cattle. And you know, the Charolais doesn't exactly fit the bill. A bunch of the black cows that I'm still going to have in my herd going forward, they're gonna do what I need them to do, and they're gonna produce calves. I mean, even though they were gonna be in with the red bull, they're still gonna throw black calves, which when it comes right down to it, when you sell them, it's not the end of the world. It's more of an aesthetic of it's nice seeing a red herd predominantly across the field, across the cow lot. And I'm getting there. I took a big leap towards it this year, and then going forward, basically any red heifers I get that aren't, you know, completely deformed or anything, I'll be keeping back. So they've had their grain, and they're gonna go back out and see what they can't find in the pasture. They do have, the last bale I made last night wasn't a full bale, so it's that pasture grass. They went through and they actually chewed that down quite a bit already. Our lots, we haven't scraped up our lots yet. I really meant just to pile it up, but it's composted enough for what's right here, what's out there. And like I told my brother, I do have some that a bunch of the lots I wanted to clean up, but at this time of year it ended up out in the pasture, which is fine. But the problem is it's already September. We're mid-September, let's just go ahead and call it, and another month or so we'll have crops off to enough of a degree that we might as well haul the manure back out onto the fields where I would honestly prefer it. So we've made it this far, and they can wait a few weeks. So with that, thanks for tuning into the cow update video. I know I had to make this for Myrna, especially with the new little calves around, but not crazy about it, but we'll deal with it. So until next time, guys, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you later.